here. And we might have a few people still hop on. If they're not familiar with Collaborate, it might take them a minute to figure out where everything is. But for now, do either of you have questions that I can answer?
The only question I have is, what conversion table do you like to use, or do you want us to use?
Okay. So there is there is a file. I'm trying to remember where that would be. It might be. If I was in my office, I could just grab it out of my files really quickly, but I am at home. Where would that thing be? Where would it be? I might not. Yeah, I don't think I have it there. There is a. I thought I was going to be able to find it here, but I don't see it. There is a. There is a particular conversions table that I normally give you on exams. Depending on how we end up doing the exams, you might get this particular conversions table, or you might not. If we're just going to do it online, so if we're not allowed to go into the testing center, if they're not going to let me just send my whole class, and if they're going to limit it to just people that need accommodations, we might just do the exams online. In which case, there's not really proctoring at that point, which means that you would be expected to just look up any conversion factors that you would need. So you could do that in your book. You could do that on Google, wherever you would need to look those up. If you were doing the exam on campus in a testing center, they would have the conversions there for you. They would have the table, and I think I have it somewhere here on my computer, but I'm not sure where it's saved. So if I can find that later, I will send it out to everyone so you can see the one that I normally hand out in classes. And it just has the very standard conversion factors. Like it has conversion factors from the common English units into metric units. It would also have the conversion factors from one metric prefix to another metric prefix, so like from milliliters to liters, things like that. So in general, I don't expect you to memorize conversion factors. You will most likely will memorize them just from using them so often, but I'm not going to, no matter what happens with the exams, you won't be expected to have conversion factors memorized. Does that kind of answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know there are some classes where professors hand out a list and say, okay, these 30 conversion factors, memorize them. And I think that's one way to do it, and I don't really have a problem with that. I just don't see it just seems like rote memorization to me, and I'm not really into rote memorization. I'd rather have you understand how to do the conversion than spend all your time just memorizing the factors themselves.
Okay.
Other questions? Hey, we got a
I had
webcam.
a few questions, actually.
Okay. What are those questions?
I in the chapter 1 and 2 homework, due to some connectivity issues, I was not able to finish, I think, 5 problems. Would I be able to still finish those for partial credit?
Yes. Yeah, you can still finish those. So those were due yesterday, right? I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So the parts that you have not finished yet, those should still be available. You can still work on them today, and if you finish them today, you will only lose 10% of the credit for those particular problems. So if you had done the majority of the questions and you only had a few questions left, you wouldn't lose 10% on the whole
Yeah.
assignment. You would just lose 10% on those particular problems that were not yet done.
Okay.
So absolutely, you should
My
try to
other
get those done.
question was, okay. My other question was, are you aware if TCC is offering math tutoring? It seems that the um, multiple step conversion factors are what's really giving me the trouble, and I think that stems from I didn't have the right conversions in front of me, and I was losing my step process. So if they are having tutoring, I would really like to, even if it's virtual, you're aware, I would really like to
Yes.
try and get that nailed down.
Yes. So TCC does have virtual tutoring available for free. I've emailed a few students about this, and I've been meaning to send out an email to the whole class. The only thing that's stopped me from doing that is I haven't been able to figure out the times when that's available. Over the summer, I don't know if it was a different person that was doing it or what was different, but at the beginning of the summer, I got a PDF that listed, there'll be chemistry tutors available at this time, and math tutors available at this time, and English tutors at this time. And so it was all very well laid out. And I haven't gotten one of those for the fall. So I know that they are still available, but I know that they're not there all the time. So the best I can do right now is I'm going to go ahead and show you my screen. So you should be able to see my screen right there. If you go to the TCC website, so I'll just go to the main page here.
Mm-hmm.
So up here under Student Resources, one of the options is the Tutoring Center. And so here there's an email address you can send, but also down here there is a Collaborate link. And so you can use this.
Okay.
The tutoring is through Blackboard Collaborate, just like we're doing right now. And so you can use that to connect to the Tutoring Center. And so it looks like they do have some hours right here. But again, I think that's just all math and science. I don't think that they have this split out to... I don't think there's going to be a chemistry person available at all of this time. I think the chemistry people are only at specific times.
Okay.
So you might need to email them or just go ahead and jump on to Collaborate, and maybe you'll get lucky and maybe there'll be someone there and ready to help you. But at the very least, there should be someone that could tell you when the chemistry people will be there.
Okay.
So yeah, please do take advantage
Perfect.
of
Thank you.
the tutoring. And if it's something where they are not they aren't able to answer a question that you have, again, you can always email me, and I'll do my best to answer that as well. And if it's something that is really difficult and something that is not the easiest thing for me to explain through an email, I will sometimes just really quickly make an impromptu video where I'll just hop on to my computer and work through a couple example problems and put that up on the YouTube site, just because it's easier for me to do that.
Okay.
I'll spend the same amount of time making a video with multiple practice problems as it would take me to type out one. So I'll sometimes will do that. It just depends. And by the way, this is something we talked about in the lab this morning. If you are having trouble with the conversion factors and the dimensional analysis, you are not alone. That is a fairly common thing to struggle with that dimensional analysis. One of the things that I would suggest doing is actually going to one of my other classes to their YouTube videos, specifically the CHEM 1315, so CHEM 1315, that playlist on the YouTube site. And in Chapter 1 of the materials for that class, that's a General Chemistry 1, I go into more details and I do a few more practice problems when it comes to dimensional analysis. And one of the students in class this morning was saying that the way that I explained it in that video made a lot more sense than the way I explained it in your video. So I would encourage you to go and watch that one. I wouldn't say keep doing that for all the rest of the class because the materials they'll diverge quite a bit. But in Chapter 1 anyway, for Gen Chem 1, it's very similar to what we did in Chapter 2 of this class. And so I would encourage you to look over those. I go a little bit more in depth because we do slightly more complicated dimensional analysis in Gen Chem 1. And I did more example problems as well. One of the kind of sad things about this class is that we have a lot of material to cover, and so I have to cut things short that I really wish I didn't have to. And that was one of those areas. I didn't want to spend too much time on that just for the sake of the overall time in that chapter. So, but if you're struggling with that, again, check out the videos for Chem 1315, Chapter 1 for that class. Goes over pretty much all the stuff we go through Chapters 2 and 3, and maybe even 4. Maybe. The chapters in that class are a lot bigger. Okay. Angie, you have your hand up. Can I answer your question?
Yes. So I can't see you. Am I supposed to be able to?
No, you can't see me right now. No.
Okay. So
but I can write on the screen if you want to. If you want me to work through a problem or something, I can write on the screen where you can see it.
Okay, I've just never done this, so I thought we were supposed to meet in class today. I'm sorry. So, but I figured it out. I know how to do the whole collaboration thing now.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
So you don't have to see me. I can take myself off.
I do not have to see you, no. No, this is
Okay,
not.
cool.
This isn't a required meeting or anything. So I mean, you don't even have to be here if you don't want to. This is just a service for you all, where I'm here to answer any questions you have.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Other questions? Things you're having trouble with?
No.
Anyone else?
Not that I can
Sorry
think
if
of
you.
right
I do
now.
have a question.
Sorry, Cheyenne, were you asking a question?
Oh no, I was replying saying that I can't think of any other questions.
Okay. Well, does anyone, since we have a few more minutes here, since I have you here, if you want me to work through any questions, if there's, even if it's not something you necessarily are struggling with, but something you'd like me to work through. Angie, do you have something?
Yes, I do have a question. I did the one assignment, and well, how many assignments were there? Because I only clicked on one that was available.
The homework assignments?
Yes, I just didn't know what I'm missing because I don't know where to go.
Okay, let me see if I can show you.
Okay. I just want to make sure I'm all caught up.
Yeah, so you should be able to see my screen. And so this is the principles of chemistry here, and I'm going to go into the student preview. So this is theoretically what it should look like to you.
Okay.
And so here, if you click on the Mastering Course Home, and I don't know if this is going to work for me. Let me see. Sometimes it gets angry with me when I try to Yeah, it wants me to go through and actually sign up because it
Okay,
thinks
so
it
we'll
thinks I'm a student. Let me back out of this. Let's exit the preview. There's good things and bad things about the student preview. But if you go to the course home here, you should see something like this. Now this is a bit more detailed for me. Like I don't think anyway you can see the average score for the class, and obviously this is. I'm not going to go and look at the grades or anything, so no worries there. This is just the class average at this point. But you should see something like this where you can see assignments that are scheduled. Currently, there is only the one assignment that has already been due. So let me see here.
Okay.
Why
So on that one, is there any way, like, if per se, like, there was some that I did not get right that I can go back and fix, or you can't open it back up?
So if there's ones that you did not answer correctly, you absolutely can go back and still work on those.
Oh, wow, okay,
Yeah, so even past the due date.
okay.
Now, if you gave up, then that you cannot go back and still work on. So if you click the give up button and you just
Oh,
say,
no, I didn't do
I give
that.
up, tell me the answer, then that closes it. It's no longer available at that point. But
Okay,
if you just were working on it and you couldn't find the answer and you just kind of I give up, just mentally thought, I give up, didn't click the I give up button, and you just left it. It's still there. You can still go back and work on it. It would be 1 day late at this point, but like we said earlier, you can still get 90% of the credit if it's only 1 day
okay.
late. It loses 10% per day past the due date.
Oh, okay.
So I know this is more assignments than what you normally see. You can tell some of these are not available because the way mastering works, certain assignments just come preloaded, and so I could manually delete them, but they're not really bothering me, so I'm just leaving them there. But this homework chapters 1 and 2, that's the one that is now past due, as it says there. It was due yesterday, and so homework for 3 and 4, there it is. That is due in a week, essentially. A
No,
week from
okay, in
yesterday.
class resumes, when do we come back to the actual classroom?
So if you are in group B, the next Monday, unfortunately, for our schedule anyway, is
Yeah,
Labor Day, and so the campus is closed
okay,
on that day. So we would actually not be back in until the 21st, which I know is a really long time. I'm
it
actually,
is.
I'm trying to figure out some way where I can get Group B to come in sooner. I would probably have to get some kind of an okay from the administration or from my department chair or someone. But I'm trying to figure out some way where on the 14th, when Group A is scheduled to come back in again, or maybe I can take the on-campus lab that they were supposed to be doing and maybe cut it down to a shorter length so that Group A is there for a short period of time and they get their lab stuff done, and then Group B comes in after them, and so they don't miss quite as many things. I'm trying to work that out. I don't know if it's going to be possible or not.
Okay, yeah, because I came on Group A's day. I got kind of screwed up, so I came on the wrong day. So I'm
Uh-huh.
actually in Group B. So
Yeah.
you'll post about that then, about the 21st.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, I will let everyone know.
Okay,
But in the meantime, we do still have all the online stuff. We still have uh, the first online lab, I believe, is scheduled for this week as well. So that is let me go back here. That is the DIY units. Where's that? There it is. Online labs. So this DIY units. So if you are in Group B, you should be working on this week.
Okay.
And so this, you can just click on the link right here, and it will download the lab for you. It's pretty straightforward. You just need a string or a piece of yarn or something that you can use to measure stuff with, and then just a few random household objects. And so you will work through this at home this week.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. And I think that's everything that we have for the class this week, other than just keeping up with the lectures.
Okay.
The lectures for Chapter 3 and Chapter 4 are all up now. I finished Chapter 4 yesterday, and I believe I uploaded those. It was late when I finished. Has anyone checked? Did I actually upload those? I don't remember. I didn't finish making the videos until pretty late, and I was pretty tired at that point. So if I sound like really out of it at the very end of Chapter 4 lecture, it's because it was late and I was tired. I think I put those up on the website, but if I didn't, I'll check as soon as we're done here. If they're not up there,
Chapter
I'll start them uploading.
Chapter 4 is up.
It is up? Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember doing that. I don't remember uploading those. I remember making them, but I don't remember uploading them. Oh well. Unfortunately, the way my schedule works out is just the most convenient time to record the videos is in the evening. Other questions? Cheyenne, did you have a question?
I had another one. Yeah, since I missed the lab this morning, I'm in group A. Was there an assignment for this week for us?
I'm thinking about that at the moment, trying to figure out what that would be. If I know that I'm going to be missing a few people, well, no, that wouldn't even work either. I was going to say if I knew I was going to be missing a few people next week, but we're not going to have them next week because of Labor Day. So normally, in the absence of Labor Day, if I knew that I was going to be missing a couple people in lab, you could switch for one iteration to the other group. But as for right now, I have at least one other student that could not make it this morning because they got sick. They were tested and they were negative, but the school still asked them not to come in, which seems kind of odd to me if they tested negative. But anyway, they didn't ask my opinion. But I know there's at least 2 of you now that were not able to come in because you had symptoms of some kind. And so I'm going to try and work out something for you to do. I just don't know what it is yet. So if I haven't sent something to you within the next 2-3 days, at the most 3 days, if I haven't sent something to you, please send me another email. It will not be bugging me. Don't think, oh, he's going to be annoyed I keep bugging him. No, it's fine. I am the stereotypical absent-minded professor. If I'm not working on something at that very moment, I'll be forgetful about it. So please do remind me if I don't send you something within the next couple days. Angie, did you have a question?
I do, yes. So Cheyenne, you're in group A or B?
Hey,
A, okay. I was just making sure. Like, I want to make sure I'm not missing any labs or anything like that. I'm gonna have to get online and like check because I've been trying to keep up. It's just really hard. I've never done this before. So I'm kind of freaking out a little bit.
same here.
Yeah, okay,
Same
cool.
here. This is all new to me. I'm still lost.
Okay, awesome. I'm not the only one then.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all new to me too.
Okay,
All
yes.
new to me, except I guess I don't really get to be lost since I kind of make the rules. So
Right?
I do have some.
Yes.
I have some overarching rules that I have to follow, but for some things anyway, I get to make the rules.
Awesome. Thank you.
Other questions from anyone?
Nope.
No? Okay, I
Nope.
guess I will let you go if there's nothing else. Did you have
Thank
something?
you.
Nothing? Okay. All right. Well, we will cut it here for today. If you do think of something later on, again, just feel free to email me. I will get caught up on my emails later this afternoon. Not immediately. I have to actually go pick up school supplies for my kids. But later, I will catch up with my emails. So feel free to ask me any questions there, and I will get back to you. And I'll talk to you all at the latest next week.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone.
Have a good day.
Yes.
Have a good day.